When I first started using the EV3, I found the menus on the brick itself a bit confusing. In this brief lesson, we'll just take a little time to review what I think is the most confusing. Okay, so just so you know what I'm doing, I have two projects up here. One's called Project AAA and one's called Project BBB. And Project AAA has three programs in it. One's called Bravo, one is called Go, and one is called Hello. All pretty simple programs. And Project BBB over here has just two programs creatively called B1 and B2. And what I'm going to do is I am going to download both of these projects to my brick. So let me start by downloading Project BBB. And now remember, if I want AAA to get downloaded as well, I need to switch back to that project and download that as well. So now that I've downloaded, and also when you start up your EV3, you end up in this recently run menu. And I don't find that menu useful at all and generally try and avoid it, which makes it even more confusing when I find I've pressed some button combination that's brought me back here unintentionally. So let's move over to the File Navigation tab. I'm just going to hit the right button once, so now you can see I'm in File Navigation up here. And let's find, there's my Project AAA, so let me go in there. And you can see when I open it that I have my three programs, right? So Hello, Go, and Bravo. But if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see it also downloads all of the sounds and pictures that I needed in my project. And so you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but if you look on your own, EV3, if you can't see it here, I have a program called Hello and also a sound called Hello. And you can distinguish between them because the sound called Hello has kind of this almost little speaker next to it. And if I go up a few to my program called Hello, that has this little triangle play symbol, right? And if I go back up to the title of the project and now I hit the gray back button up here, that just goes back to hide the contents of Project A. That's pretty good. But if I go in there and maybe, oops, what did I do? Check it out. All of a sudden, I ended up in the recently run menu. I think maybe I hit the back button by mistake. It's hard doing this from the side, but let's go back over and do that intentionally this time. So if I hit the center button, you can see I got into the project. Right? If I hit the back button, it compresses the project. But if I go in there and then I go to say down to the Hello program, and my intuition is if I push this gray back button again, that it'll just close up the project. But in fact, if I push this gray back button, boom, we're in the recently run menu again. And that's pretty confusing. And the same thing happens if you back out of, if I'm over here, and I think this is what I did earlier. If I just push the back button while I'm in a project that is closed up, I end up in recently run. Or if you're in a sound or an image file, pushing that back button keeps throwing you back into recently run, which can just be confusing if you don't pay attention. Essentially, the moral of this lesson is if something looks weird on the brick, make sure you're in the right tab. And remember that within projects, the brick shows you your images and sounds along with your programs.